Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Intentional Excellence Podcast. This is your host, Charles Max Wood, and this week I'm going to be talking about the membership site that I'm working on. I'm going to talk about Rails Summer Camp. I'm also going to talk about some of the video production stuff that I've got going on, and I'm going to talk about my VA. I've really been enjoying having somebody help me out with some of this stuff. We've gotten a lot done this week, and so I just really want to dive in and talk about it. So the first thing that I want to go into is basically I got Final Cut Pro and Motion. Motion is kind of like, what is it? Adobe something or other. After Effects. And Final Cut Pro is kind of their Adobe, what is it, Premiere? Anyway, so basically Final Cut Pro, you can edit your movies, things like that. Motion, you can add effects to it and things like that. So I'm really excited for the possibilities that this offers to on my video production. I want to kind of take it to the next level, both for my courses. I want to start offering some electronic products, and really, I feel like I've kind of been putting out mediocre videos. Now, I know that people really enjoy them, but I guess I'm just a little bit picky. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm also excited about what it can do for my brand as a whole with teachmetocode.com, as well as some of the other things that I've got going on. One of those things is the teachmetocodeacademy.com. I finally have the website up. It should be working. You should be able to sign up for a course now. The course that I have in there is the Rails Summer Camp. It's going to start in about a month on July 26th. It runs for 8 weeks. And I'm planning on putting out at least 2 hours per week of video for that. I'm also going to provide written materials, and I'm going to have weekly Q&A webinars so that if you have any questions on Ruby on Rails or the things that are covered that week, you can just jump in and ask your questions and get answers to them. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm going to be using Canvas, which is a product from Instructure, to manage all of the course material, and I'm excited about the possibilities there as well. One other thing that I have going on is that I had my virtual assistant set up, members.railscoach.com. That's not quite ready yet, but basically it's I've called it the Rails Coach's First String, and so you can join the First String team. And what it is it's going to be a weekly video site. It's a membership site. It'll cost $9 per month. And I'm planning on covering each week there's at least let me start over. Each month there are at least four weeks that I'm going to be putting out videos. So I figure that each week I can just do something a little bit different. So every month I'm planning on covering beginning Ruby on Rails concepts, or just Ruby on Rails concepts in general 1 week, Ruby tips and tricks 1 week, Ruby on Rails deep dive, which is where I'm actually going to open up some code in the Rails code base and dig in and see exactly how it works and why it does things the way it does. And then the other week I'm just going to go over some technology that I want to learn. So for example, lately I've been playing with Cassandra, which is not a document database. It's a columnar database. And anyway, so it's pretty cool. So that would be something I'd cover like the 4th week of the month. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping to get some of the videos together for that, as well as Teach Me to Code Academy. And hopefully this will help offset some of the time that I spend putting together content like this for the Ruby community, for the Rails Coach podcast, for Teach Me to Code, and I'm just really excited about this. I think the digital products is a great way to go to bring in kind of a residual or continuous income, and then I can continue to consult for my clients, but I don't have to rely on consulting for my day-to-day income. And then finally, and this is something that I really want to jump in on, it's my virtual assistant. And honestly, I went with Contemporary VA. You can find them at contemporaryva.com. And they assigned me this girl named Virginia, and she's just been awesome. She's been helping me. She didn't help me with Teach Me to Code Academy. I built that on my own. It's just a Rails app. But she did help me with. She's been helping me with the membership site, and I should have that up pretty soon. So if you go to members.railscoach.com, just check back periodically, and it should be up probably this weekend. I'm really hoping. But anyway, she's also helped me balance my books. I'm going to have her start posting my podcast episodes. Just setting up the membership site. She put together an advertising kit for me. And, all in all, it's just been really, really helpful to have somebody there that can help me run my business and take care of this stuff. And I'm really getting better, I think, at delegating. This has kind of forced me into the role where I delegate. I do have another subcontractor that I hired that's in Brazil, and I've been delegating things to him, and there have been a few communication issues there, and I really feel like this has kind of forced me into a position where I learn to delegate and learn to focus that way. And so the nice thing is that, this should hopefully free up some time so that I can spend more time with my family, which is something that I've really been wanting to do lately. I don't really have anything else that I wanted to go into, and I realize that this episode is going to be rather short, but, that's just the way it goes. I mean, this week there's just, that's what I've had going on. Most of the rest of my time I've been spending consulting. One other thing that I could touch on, and I think I'm going to talk about here for a second, and then I'll probably wrap up, and that is along the lines of the delegation. One of my clients has really been he's kind of been this exemplary client in a lot of ways, and then in other ways not so much. But basically, he has this website, and he's got like a bunch of family members and stuff using it. This is just the staging version. It's not even the live version. But they've been using it. They've been reporting bugs and finding problems and letting me know where things do and don't work. And it's just been really awesome. And this is part of the exemplary nature of the way that he is that I told him that if he really wanted it to work the way he envisioned, that he needed to get people on and get them using it. And he did in a major way. I mean, there are probably 20 people or so on there using it. And that gives me the kind of feedback that I need to make it work the way that it needs to, the way that he wants it to. And it's been super nice. The other thing is he's also realized that he has a slight deficiency when it comes to talking technology and technical things, technical terms. And so what he did is he has a 24-year-old son that's going to the U of U, the University of Utah out here, and he has asked his son to kind of be the tester and to manage the project to a certain degree. And so he's actually been getting into the bug. Well, I don't want to call it bug tracking system. It's Pivotal Tracker, and it's kind of a project management tool. And so basically the idea is that the project management tool that we use, you can enter stuff in. It has a workflow in it where you finish something, you deliver it, and then you approve or reject it. And so he's been following up on that and, been doing just a terrific job as far as clarifying some of the requirements, making sure that things are being checked out and approved that they work the way that his dad wants it to work. And, it was really interesting to me that his dad was to the point where he recognized his own deficiency and basically said, well, I'm not good at this, so I'm going to have somebody else do this who is. And his dad's a super guy, nice guy. I honestly couldn't ask for a better client. And it's just been really, really nice to see that work. And so, overall, it was interesting, too, because we were talking, and his brother-in-law, who's married to his twin sister, married to the client's twin sister. Basically, he's one of the main developers on Dentrix back when they got started. And Dentrix is this dental software. And so he was talking to his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law was saying that he had made a good decision in hiring me. And it was for a lot of the same reasons that I recognize my deficiency. I'll tell him what he needs to change, maybe what he needs to work on. But then ultimately, he, I know where my limits are. I don't make crap up, and I'm willing to bring people in to make sure that the job gets done right. And, that I don't let my ego run away with me. I don't know if you've met any egomaniac programmers, but they're not much fun to deal with. So anyway, it was kind of flattering, and at the same time, I felt kind of the same way about him, that he isn't so uptight about things being the way they have to be. He recognizes that I'm the technology expert and he's not, and so he recognizes then that the value that he's paying for is my expertise, and he doesn't dictate to me the technological decisions as much as the functionality. And I really try and make sure that if he does dictate something, in a feature or something that is difficult or is going to cause him problems, that I see anyway, that I'll let him know, explain my reasoning, and then I'll let him make the decision. And it's really been overall a very nice relationship. And even though he's paying me, it's become kind of a friendship, and one that I'm looking forward to continuing in the future. So anyway, that's kind of it. I don't know. It's just a few thoughts on the whole on what makes a great client, and really what it is just flexibility on both sides, ability to communicate, and just and he pays promptly, or he has been the last couple of times, and just things like that. So it's he's really been kind of this exemplary client because he recognized where his problems were and really wants to see his product succeed, so he does what it takes. So anyway, I realize that I'm probably not even going to make it to 15 minutes on this episode, and I usually try and go 20 or 30 minutes, but I am going to wrap it up, and I really want to encourage you, if you're interested in programming, to go to teachmetocode.com. That's where I have all of my video tutorials and things like that. I also encourage you, if you want to learn to program Ruby on Rails, build websites, to go to teachmetocodeacademy.com and sign up for the Rails Summer Camp. And if you want just kind of a weekly primer, I guess, on programming, then go to members.railscoach.com, and that's the Rails Coach first string that I talked about. And I'll have those videos out probably starting in July. So anyway, thanks for listening. Go check it out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. It's twitter.com/cmaxw. And other than that, send me an email or whatever, leave feedback, leave a rating in iTunes, and I will catch you next week.